All right, I think we're good.
Hello and welcome to the 22nd episode of the Backburners. I'm Dylan Sherman.
And I'm Sam Tiller. We want to thank you for lending your ears for another hour of non-stop sports entertainment.
We can't forget Fabio. Hello. You know, usually we start this show with a little friendly chat, but there's no time for that today.
There's no time for that today because we got the Honorable Cyrus Habibi-Likio in the studio tonight.
Number 4.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all having me, man. I'm excited.
Dude, thank you for coming on.
Sir.
You posted on your Instagram story a little while ago that you wanted to drop some knowledge and spread some wisdom on podcast. And if there is ever a podcast that needs wisdom, it's this.
Yeah.
So
Oh, man.
you are the freshest face for the Boise State Football Program. Coming here from the University of Oregon. Looks like when you were deciding to transfer, it came down to Wisconsin, Cal, and Boise State. That is an eclectic group of schools. What stood out to them when you decided that you were going to head out?
Man, for me, really. All right, so you're asking what schools, obviously.
Yeah, and like what about them attracted you?
Yeah,
to
for sure.
Yeah.
So, obviously, Cal, Bay Area, born and raised, right? Grew up watching Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My cousin's on the recruiting staff. Super cool staff. Wilcox, I'm sure you're familiar with Wilcox, right? Just loved it, you know. But the thing for me about Cal is I didn't want to be home. I love home. Everybody knows. If they know who I am, you know, I'm a big Bay Area guy. Like, I represent where I'm from a lot. And, yeah, man, I just didn't – I don't know. I felt like it was going to be a distraction, if that makes sense, you know?
Absolutely.
So I was just kind of like, you know, I'm not going to do that. Wisconsin was super excited. Was super excited about them. Played them in the Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big running school. But I was just kind of like, I don't really know about Wisconsin, you know. It's kind of like –
It's cold.
Exactly, you know, and I don't mind the cold, you know what I'm saying? So Green Bay, you feel me? You want to draft me. But I don't mind, you know, playing the cold, but it was just more like I just wasn't too sure. I only knew one coach on that staff. So I was just like, And then obviously, right, Avalos was at Oregon, D coordinator. A couple of the player development guys, too, and recruiting. They came over as well. Took an official visit here, too, at Boise State.
During your original recruitment?
Yeah, high school. And
wow.
honestly, bro, besides Oregon, like, my heart was here. I'm not going to lie. Like, I loved it, you know. But at the same time, I'm a 16, 17-year-old kid, right? I'm seeing
the
Oregon.
bling.
I grew up an Oregon fan, you know.
Right.
So I grew up going to the games at Stanford, right? And but anyways, yeah, for here, you know, they you know, reached out to me. And it was kind of like an unspoken thing even before they reached out to me. Like, I just kind of in my head, like, man, this is a great opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
They run the rock. They got a lot of long line of running backs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I took a visit here. It was dope. I enjoyed it. And, bro, surprisingly, I came here. I was like, it looks way different than right? And then when I came to,
like, there's an actual city here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
I'm like, whoa, this is dope, you know? So that's
you-
kind of like my whole gist of things with the 3 schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was part of the pull to Wisconsin how much they run the football?
Yeah,
Like,
huge,
I mean,
right?
they
the
got some
Big
big
Ten.
boys up front.
Exactly. You can't, right? I get to run the ball against Ohio State, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's huge, you know? And play them often. So I was like, man, that was a big key point for me. And just same thing with the tradition of running backs. But, you know, I'm here now, and I don't regret a thing. So.
All right. Well, we're super psyched you came to Boise. Like, when we heard that you were transferring, it was like, sucks he's leaving Oregon being Duck fans. But
Yeah.
if he's going to come to one school,
Right.
like,
Exactly, you got to be
Boise
here.
State, let's go.
That's what's up,
Perfect.
man. That's what's up.
So you were talking about, you know, growing up an Oregon fan. So what was it like, you know, during your recruitment when you grew up watching this team and then they recruit you? You went out to Eugene. You saw it in person for the first time. Like, what was that like? And then eventually playing for him.
Yeah, it was unreal, man. It was just it's a feeling that I don't think I can ever. Maybe besides when I go, you know, to the league or something. It's that, but it was just like such an unreal feeling. I grew up in Palo Alto, California, so like those Stanford games, like I'm from the Bay Area, but I just loved Oregon. Obviously, the uniforms, a long line of players. But to be able to go and see those facilities, I feel like it's such an honor just to be able to be recruited by them. Such a powerhouse, team. And man, I mean, they brought out everything, right? The Jordans, the uniforms. Like I said, I was 16, 17 years old, so I'm like in heaven right now. I'm in football heaven. So, man, they sell that Nike stuff hard. I'm not gonna lie.
No kidding.
And they should. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have every right to, right? And I'm visiting, and I'm in the facility. I'm like a senior, junior in high school, and Phil Knight's just chilling right there, and I'm just like, oh man. Yeah. And he would come to like almost every practice, just chilling. Like,
really?
Yeah, he loves the Ducks, man. But yeah, such an unreal feeling, man. Like, that's something I'll never forget. And to be able to have that feeling, at such a young age is something I'll like forever hold on to. And hopefully my kids can experience something like that.
For sure.
There you go.
What was your sorry, one more question.
All right. Go ahead.
What was your favorite part about Hatfield Dowling?
God, there's so much stuff.
So dope.
So dope. Oh, for sure, the equipment room.
Yeah.
That's one of them. I mean, that's a given one. But for me, I enjoyed those sleeping pods, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever.
I've never been. You've been in it, right?
I've toured it once, and it was like, it's insane. It's never ending. It's a complex.
Exactly. That whole Mariota Center is just so dope. And I grew up boxing too, so like the punching bags. I just punched the mic, but the punching bags, right? The ring, all that stuff was like, it's just super cool. It was almost like, to a point though, bro, like it's a campus. So like it would almost at times like the locker room was so far away from like the treatment room. Like you had to go downstairs, walk across, and it's just like, bro, it's almost like in the weight room's all the way across. Like it was just like everything. So it's dope, but at the same time, like
you're getting
bro,
lost.
if you forget your phone in the training room, bro, and you already are up in the locker room, you're like, bro.
Definitely gonna get your steps in.
Exactly, man. So
that's awesome. Who is the coach at Oregon that originally recruited you?
Helfrich.
Okay.
So bro, check this out. So he did my home visit. And my grandma made him food, whatever. He still had literally the next day, he still had my grandma's food in his system, and they fired him.
Wow. Damn.
Shit.
So then it was Taggart.
Yeah.
Taggart.
Okay.
So it took a little bit, obviously he's new, so it took a little bit longer. I had to get re-recruited or whatever. But yeah, I know, the Helfrich story is wild. Like
that's crazy.
Like, bro, at my house, but I was ready to commit to, but it was weird. Something was telling me just wait a little bit. Like, even though it was my dream school, I'm a young kid, and I'm like, I want to go like right away. Like I told myself, when Oregon comes, it's automatic trigger. But obviously, I had to play my cards right, and it's a business too at the same time. So I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit, whatever. Peace out, bro. Wake up the next morning, phone's blowing up. Helfrich fired. I'm like, damn. He's such a cool dude, man. Like, man, much respect to him. He's a dope dude in person. Like, super down to earth, and he's actually very smart, like a football guru, but things happen. Like I said, it's a business. So
yeah, it absolutely is. So kind of going back to the transfer portal, it's so new, these new rules. What's it like? Yeah,
honestly, I didn't really know what to expect, It's kind of like the whole recruiting process in high school. Luckily for me, like I can't really imagine what it's like to put your name in the portal and no one hits you up. Yeah. It was kind of like instant. Like I put my name in the portal, I announced it, and like literally like 30 minutes later, it was like DMs where it was just like boom, boom, getting notifications, this and that. And yeah, so it was cool. Like it was nothing too crazy. I was expecting a lot more, if that makes sense. Like as far as what to be worried about, I was a bit stressed out about it. And also too, that just in the college world, like I'm very like, I think it's very important to keep your word, if that makes sense. So like for me, I kind of was feeling like, I was feeling down, but like not like a loser, but I was just like, man, like I feel weird, like, transferring over and putting myself in the portal kind of has a bad rep in a way.
Yeah,
in the
a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing too crazy, but so I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't bad at all.
Okay,
honestly.
And when you say like entering the portal, is that literally just like tweeting something out?
Yeah, so you gotta go through compliance, you hit them up. They're not allowed to, I guess they can't like tell coaches or whatever until you're set. Then, enter your email. You got to send your, with your email, all your information, and then it has to be down on paper. And then the hardest part was telling coaches, for sure. Because it's just like, man, those are my dogs too, but I got to do what's best at the same time.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's such a new thing that, nobody really knows how it works, but essentially it's just reopening recruitment, right?
Exactly. It's literally just like a kid decommitting. It's a lot more serious, but think of it as a kid decommitting from a school, right? And just opening up his,
right,
in the most basic way. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. It's kind of nice to be wanted again a little bit, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. No, you're right. It's great.
Yeah. So you obviously went to Oregon, and you're at Boise State. So who was your favorite, one of your favorite teammates, players to be around?
Oh, man. That's hard. At Oregon?
Either or.
Any. I'll do both. Man, favorite guy to be around. I mean, Justin is a great one just because, everyone thinks he is antisocial. He's just kind of he's doing better. But if he lets you in, and he cracks jokes with you, he's one of the funniest guys. He just has the funniest sense of humor. He's someone dope. And then we had a defensive lineman, nose guard, just huge kid from Florida, Fat Mac, we called him.
Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan Scott.
That man was a tank.
Oh, my God. But he was so, flexible and agile. It was the weirdest thing. So, I don't know, just him dancing around, just messing around. He's just funny, bro. He's a funny dude. He's just, he's just not afraid to, be himself. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. He's on the Vikings with Troy, right?
Yeah. I almost said Travis, but yeah, Troy. Yeah, no, he is. And I'm not sure what his status is, but he was balling in the preseason. I think he got a pick or something like that.
Yeah, he had a pick 6. I think
Jordan Scott.
Troy or Jordan?
Troy, no, they both had picks. Troy had for sure a pick 6, but Jordan caught it, and right when he caught it, he fumbled. But
I was
still got a pick on that.
I was gonna say Jordan Scott taking one to the house.
Hey,
That's
man,
impressive.
You'd be surprised he can move for how big he is. So I would say he was just. I mean, that locker room. I'll be honest, it was full of so many characters.
I bet,
because you got kids from Florida, right? So Oregon, I would say, I feel like Boise kind of recruits more, maybe Texas a little bit, but more West Coast. If that makes sense. Boise does, but Oregon, bro, I mean, we got kids from Bama, Florida, Texas, a huge melting pot. So the personalities, obviously when you first get there, we all got there, and we were low-key beefing, you know what I'm saying, West Coast, East Coast, this, that, Cali, that, NorCal, SoCal, but when everyone gets along, bro, it's the most fun times, bro.
What about the most dynamic player you've ever played with?
Oh, man. Penei Sewell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just the dude is just a freaking, and his brother, I'm not going to lie, Noah Sewell.
Yeah. I love watching that man play linebacker.
Just freakish, you can't be that big and move that fast, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember running behind Penei, and he'll block somebody, and he'll just I'll just see this big object just dive off his feet and just pancake somebody, and it was just the craziest things. When you notice blocks when you're running the ball, that means someone's doing damage, if that makes sense. And
oh yeah.
And then Noah, I mean, he's 260, and he's runs a 4.5. It's just a guy shouldn't be moving around like that, and he's so young too. He has so much more potential, which is a scary thing. So the fact that they're brothers too is dope. It's just I wish Penei came back so they can play together.
Yeah.
I'd love to see those battles in practice, but bro, those two guys are just kind of just your once in a, your APs, your Adrian Petersons, your once in a, your Bo Jacksons, just freakish. You can't coach that.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't coach just raw athleticism.
Straight up. Yeah.
Yeah. Watching them do what they do, watching Noah just fly around and shed blocks and blow people up is so fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, bro. And I mean, I'd battle it out with him in practice and be able to go against him, and then going against other backers. Don't know disrespect to them, but bro, it's just it's so much dramatic and different. Mm-hmm. It's just the speed is so much slower.
Yeah. Aaron Feld.
Oh my God.
Aaron Feld question mark.
Yeah, question mark. That's all, because we see him on TV and he's got the mustache, right? And he's holding Cristobal back on the sidelines and he's hyping guys up. He just seems like an absolute psycho.
Yeah, bro. It's either 0 or 100 with him. There's no in between. I'm not gonna lie though, like for a guy who's all amped up and all hyped up, bro, he cares about us so much. Like he was.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Man, like he really, like the dude really like cares, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he really cares about what we have to say, and he takes it to heart. Like if someone gets pissed off at him or something, like, you know, whatever, like they're having a bad day and a player kind of, you know, not cusses him out or just kind of tells him, you know, he gets like, he just respects the hell out of us. And that's something I really mess with him. So it's like, obviously the dude's going to run through a brick wall for you and you would do the same, but the guy's a nuthead. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like, and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like at first it was kind of like, a lot of people I would say they thought he was just doing it for like media attention, right? And I mean, we're playing freaking against Oregon State in like November, right? Late November, it's freezing cold. He's like gonna cut off. Like, nah, bro, it's not for attention at all. Like, it's just who he is. Like, and he's just a nuthead, and the guy lifts the house. I mean, bounces 4 plates off his chest on bench. Like,
Jesus. I mean, dude, those videos he posts on like his Instagram, just curling 135 pounds. And he's screaming happy birthday to himself.
Exactly. No, but that's how he is. Like, it's not even like,
man.
It's not even like, you know, for show. Like, it's just how he is. Like,
yeah.
he's always like that. And when someone can bring constant energy like that, you got to respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it doesn't help when it's like 5 a.m, but and he's screaming his head off. But you get used to it, right?
Like it sucks for morning waves.
Yeah,
for sure.
But no, he's a great dude, man, and that's someone I'll for sure always have in my corner for sure.
I remember when he went viral because he was Georgia's strength coach before, and then there's like whatever, the camera caught him, and he went viral, and then he comes to Oregon, and we're like, oh shit, it's that guy,
bro. Yes, and how big he's got from Georgia to Oregon is ridiculous, bro. The dude is lifting every day, and another guy who's like that, but not as like, I would say like screaming and intense, is our Coach Kegi, is our strength coach here that came from Oregon.
Okay.
Lifts the house just like Feld, but just he's Feld without like all the overhyped stuff. He's just chill.
It'd be nice to be able to lift.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
In general.
He just lifts more than everybody in the whole weight room, so it's kind of like, oh, all right, screw us, right?
Put some shoulder pads on him. Let's
exactly,
go.
man.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Biggest win of your career.
Oh, man.
There's been a lot of them here
Yeah.
at Boise, and obviously your 4 years at Oregon.
Right, you got to go with the Rose Bowl at Oregon. It's,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
That's like it's a big game everywhere, but as a West Coast kid, it's just like the Rose Bowl, right? The granddaddy of them all. To be able to like confetti falling, you know what I'm saying? Roses in your mouth, like it's dope. Probably one of the biggest wins, I would say, at Oregon, just because of the history behind it. And we beat a really good Wisconsin team, so that was those boys were huge. So
that was a crazy game.
It was.
We won by 1 point, I think.
30.
You know better than me.
I don't-
Herbert went off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he had 4 rushing
They
touchdowns.
finally let him run the ball at the end of the year.
Exactly. No one knows, bro. He can move, bro.
I
He
know.
can
Like,
kick, for sure.
He balled out in the Pac-12 championship against Utah. They finally let him run the ball a little bit.
It was almost like a kind of a good thing we saved it.
right
Yeah,
until you
'cause
need
it worked
it.
out. Yeah.
What about the most electric atmosphere?
Not gonna lie, it was probably one of the smaller stadiums, but the first time game day came to Wazoo in 2018, I think, my redshirt freshman year. Bro, I couldn't even hear myself think. And the thing that was wild is they were all in sync, and that's when what is that Mo Bamba song? I got hoes. Bro, that's when that song came out, and they were doing it the entire time, bro. I'm talking like not just the student section, like straight grown, like 43-year-old men, like
Surprising.
they probably could have had like artificial crowd. It was so loud, bro. Like I'm telling you, and they're right behind us, and like I've never heard such vulgar things in my life. Like,
They're crazy up at Wazoo, man.
oh man, and then they rushed the field on us, and because we had just beat Washington in overtime the week before.
We were at that game.
Yeah,
That was wild.
right, and we game-winning or the CJ's touchdown.
CJ, yeah.
So we're rushing the field. Next week, bro, field gets rushed on us. Like it was just like karma, bro. It was so bad. But bro, that atmosphere, bro. Man, I'll never forget that. And they had Gardner Minshew, right? So this fool is like with his mustache and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's lit, you know what I'm saying?
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, exactly. No, and there's like posters of him. Like, bro, this guy takes full on like jean short shorts with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, like no shirt. Like he takes photos like that, like, and like people had it like in the stands. I'm like, bro, I mean, that's dope, I guess. Like he was kind of like the closest thing to.
He's like their mascot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like not the Coug, it's Gardner Minshew.
Exactly. And I would say he kind of brought like a, obviously not the same thing, but like a Manziel type feel to the to Wazoo, just because I mean I know for sure he was slamming beers and taking shots after those games. Bro, what, partying it up as he should, bro. He's lit, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope to be a part of that. But yeah, bro, we lost, so it was kind of
shitty. Yeah.
I punched a hole in a wall that night.
Really?
Yep.
No way.
I mean, you know, from Seattle, I have a bunch of friends who go to Wazoo, and that night, like obviously coming off the UW win, we were like buzzing.
Yeah.
You know,
bro.
You just go to,
and they rushed the field on us, bro. I mean, there's people like pushing me, like trying to take selfies with me, bro. I just kept my composure, but like,
good.
I wanted to clock somebody, I'm like, bro. Like,
you can't pull LeGarrette.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm like, I was hoping somebody would just hit me, like, so I had a reason. I'm like, bro, but like, I was just like, man, like, it sucks. Oh my God. And I walked off the field. I just turned around. I was the last one off, and I was like, I looked at it and I told myself, I was like, just don't ever forget this feeling, like ever. Like, I still haven't, and I hope it never happens again to get rushed on like that.
Gives you a little bit of fire?
Oh, man, yeah, for sure, 100%.
All right. So, noticed on your Instagram, you got a whole story on French bulldogs.
Yeah.
What's your obsession with Frenchies?
Yeah, man. So I kind of same thing. I posted on my story. I'm like, man, I'm looking for a Frenchie, right? Some Oregon breeder hits me up. He's one of my really good friends now. You know, hooks it up with some Frenchies, you know, NIL. No, I'm just kidding. But pre-NIL, so I paid full price. But you know, hooked it up, and bro, like I just wanted one. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I just want a dope Frenchie. Right, Juju had one. I'm like, oh, Juju's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? He has bougie. Like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I want Frenchies are the new wave. You know, all these celebrities have them. Lady Gaga, blah, 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 whatever. It's like, cool. Boom, gives me 3. I'm like, damn, all right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn, okay. Like, all right, sure. You know what I'm saying? Good thing, you know. Shout out to her. Shout out to my ex, but I had a girlfriend at the time, so she helped me. Like, you know what I'm saying? She helped me, so it was like, she, you know, we're still cool, but like, bro, she helped me a lot. So it was like, it was kind of a lot. It was just like, it was dope. I had all these Frenchies, and I ended up getting rid of one of them, and now I just have 2. They're like my children, boy and a girl, Uzi and Portia. And nice. Yeah, they had a litter, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, so they had a litter, bro. Last season, the COVID season, she gave birth, like literally like Stanford, our first game. And you got to feed them every 2 hours for 2 weeks. So could you imagine what I had to like?
Oh my God!
Shout out to her again, but I broke up with her, my ex. I wasn't with her no more. So then I was just by myself.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like damn, like you know what up? Like, so I'm like, 10 p.m. sleep, 12 a.m. wake up, 2, 4, 6,
Jesus.
go to practice for 2 hours, 2 hours, come back, bow. Like, bro, it was bad. It was pretty bad.
That's insane. It's like the worst time
for it to
happen in the middle of football season.
I was just like, bro.
Oh my God.
I'd wake up and just look at those puppies like, is it worth it? I'm like, oh, my bro, stop. Like, yes, it is.
Well, speaking of NIL, what's up with Cuts Clothing? You think we
could? Shout out Cuts. I got this shirt on too. They're so I signed with an agency called Radigan out of New York City. They're like a marketing agency. They got like David Ortiz, some dope dudes. Yeah. Bro, when NIL came out, everybody all of a sudden became an agent, right? Because they're trying to make bread off. So I was like, let me just go. They've been around for like 10, 15 years. I'm like, let me go with them. Cuts was like the first people they kind of reached out to. Kind of like my first major sponsorship. They're getting pretty big. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, shout out to them, bro. They hooked it up and they sent me a bunch of gear, and you know, I signed a contract with them, getting paid by them. So they were kind of like my first major, you know, NIL deal. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was for sure expecting like in a few years, obviously with the NFL, that's what's gonna happen. But to be able to do that now is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it can be a blessing and a curse for NIL. Like, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you never know. Like,
I mean, we talked about it when the news first came out this summer, and it was like about damn time college athletes started getting paid.
Yeah.
But does it create like tension in the locker room between, like, if like you sign a deal and like somebody else hasn't gotten a deal? Is there like a little bit of animosity, or is everybody just excited for everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, like when someone gets a deal, right? Shaq got a deal with a little Shakir, with Crave or whatever, some company. No, everyone's like, oh, okay, Shaq. Like, we just hype each other up, you know. Right. But the thing I admire most about, like, when we had that meeting, I think it was like the day after they passed the bill or whatever, he was just like, yo, straight up, like, you got to ball to get sponsorships. Like, the best way to get the best sponsorships is you have to ball. Like, don't, like, come into this NIL deal, you know, thinking that everyone's going to get a deal. It's not like that, you know. And the fact that he pointed that out first, I thought that was dope. And I think it kind of made people realize, like, not everyone's going to get a deal, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, if you perform better and you're playing a lot, it's more likely that, you know, a company's going to reach out to you, unless you're, like, some influencer social media guy who doesn't play. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
Right.
Like,
Well, you have a TikTok that went, like, you know, super viral. So what's the secret? Because we have somebody who was supposed to be making TikToks for us.
So she's our social media manager, and she's supposed to post TikToks, but she's posted like 2.
I have another job.
Let me
I
flex.
actually get paid for.
Let me flex on you really quick. I'll tell you our numbers. Let's see.
Pretty bad.
We're looking at so we have 4 TikToks on our Backburner account. 578.
okay.
45.
Streams?
Yeah.
Okay.
640 and 634.
Hey, that 640 is looking pretty solid.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's not goddamn 15 million.
Yeah.
Or
You
bro,
had 15 million views on a TikTok?
15.8, bro.
Schmeez.
Damn.
Nah, bro, yeah. So, bro, I'm from the Bay Area. It's just my boy Chunkster. He's somebody I know back in the Bay. He created that dance, right? And obviously Rick and Morty.
Right.
And Fortnite came out with it and everything. So I was just like, it's a hard dance to do. Have you guys ever tried it?
No,
we have not.
It's hard, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
We are not dancers.
I'll teach y'all one of these days if y'all down.
All right, I'm
but
down.
We are so not dancers.
I need any kind of dance lesson.
Yeah.
You can pause. Like, I have zero. Like, when people talk about white boy rhythm,
Yeah.
that is me.
Hey,
man.
it's all good.
Like, it's bad.
But TikTok's kind of allowed a platform for people that don't have rhythm to kind of low-key start dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it's like choreographed, right?
Well, you
So
saw
it's
the
kinda-
video of the girls knocking on the door.
Right.
Like,
You know, they have
super
no
viral.
rhythm.
And
Right.
that was the opposite of rhythm.
Exactly.
If you can count to 4, you can sing, dance, make music. So if you can count to 4, I guess you can dance.
Well,
So.
I did pass kindergarten. So.
I will
Good.
tell you guys a pretty dope TikTok story if you guys are down for it.
Oh
We're
yeah.
super down.
Anyway, so we'll finish on the right. Got my teammates to do it. We went and hiked Table Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it in the locker room, and then we went to go hike Table Rock as a team. It was like some summer activity. Did it, made it real fast, not thinking anything of it, right? Whatever, bro. Hiked Table Rock. Didn't really have service, but I came back down. It was like 500,000 likes. I'm like,
Damn.
already? Like, I'm like, bro. And then it shot up to like 3 million likes. I'm like, this is wild. And I guess, bro, I did that. And like, bro, everybody was doing that trend, like rating, kind of giving like their families rates
Right.
and whatever, teammates, this and that. And then a bunch of other rates are coming out for different dances. So,
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
Even Ricky Martin reposted it. That
Ricky Martin, the
singer. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Because he's like, oh, it sounds like they're saying Ricky Martin.
Right.
Ricky Martin.
right.
But anyway.
So
dope.
is
Oh,
what
go
you're
ahead,
saying
go.
is you kind of started that trend?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
I'm
hell
gonna
yeah.
We have a trendsetter on
We
this
Oh,
show.
you already know. As far as that rating the Smees, bro, I was like, and then right, so now my boy Chunkster is like performing at Soulja Boy's concert. Yeah,
Oh,
Hell yeah.
shit.
I'm not taking credit for it at all, but it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but crazy TikTok story, whatever. Sure, if you guys have time, I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
yeah,
Go
absolutely.
for it.
So over quarantine, right? I get an invite. I dyed my hair. My friend, she's a hairstylist in Beverly Hills, so she does a lot of famous people's hair. I dyed my hair blue when I committed to Boise. You know?
Oh yeah.
DK Metcalf like.
Yeah. Low key, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Juju dyed it blue after me. So, but anyways, she's like, hey, you want to go to this party? I'm like, sure, like whatever. I'm still in LA. I flew to Beverly Hills just to get my hair dyed. That's it. Yeah. I don't know. Stupid.
What?
Yeah. But
You couldn't get it dyed in Boise?
Were you still in Eugene then, or?
no, I was in Cali training. I was in the Bay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went back on the Bay. She's like, sure. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll go to this party. Whatever. Like, I'm down. Just dye my hair blue. I think I could fit in the LA scene. Like, whatever. I haven't really been out. Pull up. We go through the back door, and she's like, oh, wait. By the way, this is Drake's party. It's over quarantine.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we're at Nice Guys off La Cienega, right? Walk in, The Weeknd, Drake. No security. Like, straight up, right? Dope. I'm just like, and I walk in, and there's like, every girl has an accent, like from Canada, from England, from Brazil, like the most beautiful women I've ever seen, right? I walk in, I'm like, and I was kind of catching eyes, so my eyes, like, you feel me? Like,
It was the hair.
young playboy from the Bay Boy. I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yes, sir. I was juiced. I was like, whatever. Walked in, right? I see a girl dancing, right? And she's with this like skinny TikToker looking guy. Whatever. They like kind of get into it. I guess it's Bryce Hall. You know that,
Oh, yeah. I know Bryce.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a boxer,
Girl
right?
with brown hair, right? I watch TikToks all the time. I'm like, he walks out. She's sitting there alone. I was like, I'm gonna do a lap. Let's see who it is. Addison Rae, right?
Jesus.
Lit. Oh my god.
Unreal.
Oh my
She's
God.
sitting there alone, and she's young. You know what I'm saying? She's like
She's like-
21, 20.
Oh, did she?
What?
I
Yeah.
thought she was like 19.
No, she's young. She's younger than me. Like,
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
So-
I didn't know that.
it's like, bro, this is during COVID too in LA. Like, straight up, like nobody can. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like nobody knew about it. Obviously, Drake is
right.
Drake. So
Did you meet him?
yeah, I talked to him, and he uses Habibi in all his songs. That's like his word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had my Habibi shirt on in Arabic. He's like, oh, Habibi. I was like, yeah, that's my last name, blah, blah. He's like, oh, bro, that's dope, man. What I would do to have that last name. I was like, hey. It's cracking. And I wanted to talk to him more, but like when I meet people, I don't really get like starstruck, that makes sense. But like, I didn't want to bother him, right?
Yeah.
Because he had no security. He was chilling there, drinking wine, whatever. No one was talking to him. It was kind of dope, like, because everybody was like famous, obviously. So I was like, whatever. But anyways, Addison Rae, she's by herself. She's kind of upset. I think it was Bryce Hall or whoever it was. Walk up to her, I'm like, for all that dancing you do on TikTok, like, I'm surprised you're not dancing. And
That's
then we
nice.
started
That's
dancing.
nice.
And we
Hell
started
yeah.
like, we were just kind of like, you know, blah, blah, and then
Putting the moves on Addison Rae.
dancing.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hell
exactly.
yeah.
She had like a pink, like, juicy jumpsuit on, like, looking hella cute. And I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever, dance there, and then, you know, we're just dancing for a bit, and then, yeah, man. I didn't like the same thing. Like, I don't like to bother. So I didn't ask. I for sure could have, bro. I feel like I could have like asked, like, you know, what's your number?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I didn't want to be
for
that
sure.
guy. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And you know, whatever. The guy came back in. He was pissed off. So took her. And I was like, I'll see you again. That's what I told her straight up. So I got to hit the league. You feel
Love
me?
that.
Hell
So-
yeah.
But she's dope. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but that's my TikTok. That's kind of like, it was dope because, bro, I love TikTok. So like, you know, Addison Rae.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
My jaw would have been on the floor,
Bro,
walking in. No, I would never talk to her. I would be scared shitless.
I straight up went up, but I don't know what it was. I think it was the blue hair, dog. Like,
I hope
Yeah,
you know
just
you're,
gave
like,
you-
you're the only person within like a 400-mile radius that's maybe done that.
Yeah. Had the opportunity to do it. She doesn't come to Boise, Idaho.
No.
oh yeah,
No.
crazy party. I'm talking like, and then I went to a couple. That whole week was wild. I went to a bunch of celebrities' parties because of my friend. She does like their girlfriend's hair and, she, you know, all that. So,
What's your friend's name? Maybe we can get some haircuts. It'd be nice.
bro? Yeah, pretty wild. Like, we'll talk about that LA story another time. I'll tell you about that whole week.
All right.
Anyways,
Why number 4?
Shoot, man. I wanted to wear a single digit. That makes sense.
Yeah.
4 is my mom's favorite number.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the main reason. So it's like 4 mom. Kind of,
Yeah.
you know, the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Just, you know, wanted to wear. But I guess I didn't think that in the NFL you could wear single digits, but now everybody's wearing it. So I'm like, But yeah, I just wanted to try something different. 3 is my number. Wore that in high school. And then obviously you're a true freshman, you can't get a single digit at the time with Taggart. So they gave me 33. And then it grew on me, so I just kept it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. So when we think about watching film, we always think about it from the quarterback's perspective, right? But as a running back, what do you look for and what are you studying when you're looking at film for the next week's opponent or even the week before?
My favorite thing to first look at is I like to watch personnel cut-ups of the linebackers. I like to see how they blitz. Are there guys who just like to run through people's faces? Are they doing arm over moves in pass pro? I always think pass pro first, even though I'm a running back, I run the ball. But I like to look at that, and then obviously I love to watch their safeties to see if they're aggressive in the run game, right? Because a lot of safeties, like Colorado State this week, they're aggressive. They love to fill, and they're always flat-footed. So, I mean, that allows opportunities to maybe take shots, you know what I'm saying? We got some good receivers. So, but yeah, it's kind of what I look for. I'm a little bit more personnel stuff. And then I do like to watch a lot of the runs that we have coming up in the game plan that other teams have obviously ran it too. So I just it might be a different formation or something, but I kind of like to see how the linebackers react to it. If they're overflowing, there's a cutback lane. If they're being patient, then I just got to keep hitting it. It might be 2-3 yards, but that cutback lane will eventually open up. So that's kind of my whole thought process when it comes to watching film. I love watching film. It's like a thing for me. It's like entertainment. That makes sense. I get the same feeling watching film, watching a movie. That makes sense. Like I was making dinner last night, and I'll even just have my iPad just playing. Like I won't pay attention to it, but I'll just kind of peek once in a while. I'm just getting my mind on it, right? But yeah, film for me is huge. I feel like as running backs, it's kind of an underrated thing to watch because sometimes you just got to know where the holes are and hit it.
Right. Yeah. It is a big reaction type of position.
So I love it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen.
No.
Right.
You can watch film and see these guys fill gaps the whole time, and wild things happen, right? It's 11 people trying to take your head off.
Right.
That's why I love it. And the thing about running back is everyone knows you're going to get the ball. Like receiver, you get a hitch route, slam route. It's kind of like 3 people. You're behind the line of scrimmage. The whole stadium knows you have it. The entire defense knows you have the ball. And it's just you just got to get through that defense. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love it. It's just you got to be able to do everything. Pass, block, run, catch, not pass. Actually, halfback pass, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
is that in the game plan for Colorado State this weekend?
I wish it was. I had a shoulder surgery in high school, so I can't really throw that
damn.
ball. I mean, I could, you know what I'm saying, once in a while I'll launch
Yeah. I mean, Derrick Henry had a touchdown pass this weekend.
I could do something like that,
okay.
but yeah, I'm not bombing it like some of these other guys.
Right.
All right.
Do you think there's a thing? Do you think it's an opportunity to watch too much film, like overstudying or kind of getting in your head too much?
No, for sure, 100%. I'm very cautious of how much film I watch. It's true, just because you don't want to. Then again, it's film and it's against somebody else at the same time, right? So, especially as a running back, right? Like you mentioned, it's a lot of reaction. So you're kind of just basing it off, pure reaction and pure skill. So I don't want to be robotic and assume that, this guy's going to do this every single time. But it's just in the back of my head, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like there is, in a way, probably watching too much film. I wouldn't say for the knowledge-wise, it's just more psyching yourself out and, just play ball. That's my whole thing.
You don't want to second-guess yourself.
Exactly. If you're a baller, just go ball, you feel me? So it's yeah.
So what's your favorite play? Like, you're in the huddle, and Hank calls a run, and you're just like, hell yeah.
Man, honestly, I love every run play.
Just hand you the ball and let you go.
I really love the plays that there's certain plays that are kind of supposed to hit a certain direction, but more like a power play or something where you can read every gap. Because I feel like I've always been pretty patient with my running and being able to read things. Like I said, I'm watching so much film, but at the same time, you just got to know when to hit it, right, and when to read it.
Yep.
And then for me, any free release, when I don't have any blocking assignments, and I get a route, I love running routes. That's one thing I take pride in is I can catch the ball at the backfield and run routes. And that's a big reason why I came here too, is because I was running in the red zone at Oregon. I didn't really have the chance to do all that. I had a couple plays, right? But But yeah, man, anytime I'm one-on-one with somebody, especially linebacker, I'm like, I'm licking my chops. I'm like, I'm juice. I'm thinking in my head, I'm going 70 yards right now, bro. Like, there's no other option.
So do you prefer like a zone blocking scheme, or are you more like power run? Which do you prefer?
I do like power.
Yeah.
Right. I went to a high school, obviously St. Francis, and they ran Stanford's. We ran Stanford's offense. A lot of power.
That is downhill football.
100%.
Body on body,
stuff, right?
Just.
And I love the fact that, I got one of my big boys pulling the hole,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going off of him. And power, I feel like, creates, just because there's a puller, it creates a lot of flow to one side, like I mentioned earlier. Too much overflow, that cutback lane is there. So there's a lot of different, holes in power. Same thing with zone schemes too, but I just feel like power, like, it's coming, like, at you, like, as a defense. So it's like, mano a mano, like, what I'm saying? Stop us,
Yep.
You know where it's going.
Yeah.
So we have an intern on this show. She goes to Alabama, but she's also a Duck fan, and she has a question for you. And her question is, do you miss doing shout?
Man, shout. Yeah, I do. I never really, as much as I dance, for some reason, I never really did the shout. Like, I was just so, like, always, like, I would just kind of bob my head to it.
You weren't out there with Troy?
Right.
No, I would. Yeah, I'm not
like getting down like
on the ground.
Knees,
that stuff's dope. Like, I'm saying, and a lot of the guys who are like red shirts or like not playing as much were very into that, and I thought it was dope. Like, I thought it was cool. But I wouldn't say I miss doing it. I miss watching it and being there and seeing the whole. Bro, you see hands, just
right.
and the whole stadium, and I miss seeing, like, my boys, like, shaking towel, Troy Dye, like, surfing on the ground, things like that. So I do miss that atmosphere, bro. We were playing UCF in the fourth quarter. They played it, and my little brother's a huge Oregon fan, so he starts doing the shout. He's like, and he realizes he's not at Oregon. Full meltdown. He's 7, 8 years old, so he's young. You know what I'm saying? So,
man.
bro, it was hilarious. Like, my mom got it on video. It's like, it's just funny because, like,
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, it kind of brought back some memories. I'm like, oh, this is like deja vu. It's kind of weird. Like,
Hell yeah.
You think we've peppered him with enough questions?
There's one more on here I want to watch. What was your welcome to college football moment?
Welcome to college football moment. Jeez. Is this in a game?
In a game or in you're at Oregon freshman year and you just get rocked by somebody.
Yeah,
in
so we have
practice.
one of my best friends. He's older, a guy named Jonah Moy. I don't know if you're familiar. Played outside backer, number 3. He was pretty good player. I don't think they played him right, but this was before any of the coaches I was with. But man, yeah. So we're doing a goal line drill, and it's the guys in the end zone, the defender, and the ball's like on the 1 yard line on a bag, and you got to pick it up and try to score. Right? It's just like 1-on-1, and obviously there's a long alley of people. College football, hyped up.
It's like Oklahoma, right?
Exactly, right? And he comes out, and he's a big dude, poly dude, like kind of a nuthead. So I'm sitting there like, hell no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he comes out, he's like, all right, Jonah, who wants to go? And I'm like, hell no. I look, Royce is looking at me like, come on, bro, I don't practice. Like, I just play in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Royce. He's one of my really good friends, bro. I appreciate him. But looked at me, I looked at him like, yeah, you're right. Look at Kanai Benoit. Kanai's scared. I'm like, all right. I look at Tony Brooks James, right? He's like, I'm a speed back. I don't do this. Look at CJ. He's like, hey, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm a freshman. Like, I'm not going to do this. I'm like, so nobody wants to do it. I went down a couple other lining backs. We had a bunch. It was a full stable. All right, whatever. I'm not scared of nobody. Go up, right? And, bro, like, he didn't get me too bad. He just kind of... He just stood me up and lifted me up. But, like, I'm coming out of high school. I'm saying nobody does that to me. That never happened to me in my life. Whatever. I pick up the ball, bro, lifts me up and picks me up off the ground. Doesn't slam me. I think because we were boys, maybe. But picks me up, runs with me to the defensive side, and is like, and the whole defense is like, in my face, blah, blah, blah. And I just like, bro, that's like welcome to college football.
Oh, no.
Damn, like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I was bigger at the time too, so I'm like, I'm a bigger back. Like, but the thing is with me, like, in that moment, I could have easily scored. I could have just ran to the left, right. I lowered my shoulder, like head up, just prideful, like.
Oh yeah,
Because bro, if I did go through him or score,
Right.
Oh,
come
that's
on
huge.
now,
Yeah.
right. But that was like my welcome to college football moment. Like, got screamed at by the whole defense, embarrassed, but at the same time, I was just like, hey man, at least I went. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody else was like, no.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever, it is what it is.
I love it.
Well, dude, thank you. First of all, thank you for coming on. I mean, and letting us pepper you with questions.
Oh
We
yeah,
appreciate
man.
that.
This is fun.
Are you down to do some segments?
I'm down to do whatever.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
chilling.
So we have an I disagree segment where one of us comes up with a prompt and we kind of just tell each other we're wrong. So I texted you. I was saying your prompt was
My prompt this week was who was the best running back in the NFL in their prime, and I think it was Adrian Peterson. There was nothing like him. Prime.
Or Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. I mean, prime Vikings. Even after he came off that ACL surgery, I think his first run back from that ACL surgery was an 80-yard touchdown against the Lions.
Yeah.
He was untouchable in his prime. I mean, he was 8 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record.
Should have broke it. Yeah.
He should have broke it, absolutely. And he was special to watch. He was one of my favorite players growing up, and that's why I wore number 28 in high school.
Hell yeah,
of Adrian
AP.
Peterson. Hell yeah, he was a stud, man.
Yeah, no, he was.
Okay, what do you think?
Oh man, this is hard. Just because of the time and the era too. It's like, is Derrick Henry in his prime?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean,
He's been in his prime for what, like the past 3 years?
bro. I mean, AP was explosive, big body, but there's just something about, like, even Walter Payton was a big body and like, but he didn't last. Like, bro, this fool is the most, like, to me, like, as far as like just how big he is and how, bro, he's outrunning DBs, bro, at like 50, 40 or whatever. He's 6'3", 4.
Yeah.
It's just freakish to me. But the thing is like he's so consistent, right? And he just keeps getting better. So to me, like, as a running back, that's hard to do. So like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it because there's so many great running backs, but like, I just feel like Derrick Henry is just like right now is pretty just unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
He's on pace to do like what, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I don't even know.
Something crazy.
It's ridiculous. I mean, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he could be one of the greatest backs
That's
in
what I'm
NFL
saying,
history.
yeah.
Man. I mean, it is early, but it is okay to say that.
I say if he performs like this for another 2 more years, a year, another 2 to 3, hands down one of the best. Like,
and kind of like what you were saying about Penei Sewell, somebody that big should not be able to move
Bro,
like that, right? Like
exactly.
it's freaky. He's bigger than half the linebackers in the NFL.
and he's moving like, I just don't get like, right? He breaks through, and then you're like, every time too, and I know how fast he is. I'm just like, he's gonna get caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? Deep, gone. Like, just out making, like, I'm talking like fast DBs, leaving them in the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact
He's
that he's had
special.
like multiple 90-yard touchdown runs. It's
Exactly.
Like,
That's why
how
it's
do
like,
you do that?
exactly. In the NFL too, like, it's hard to break. I mean, you don't even see, like, Reggie Bush wasn't even breaking like crazy. Like guys with legit speed aren't breaking like that. Like,
No, because he's got the legit speed and he's got the size.
that's why it's just like, and he's just stiff arming people left and right.
Yeah.
And the reason why too is just like he runs higher than any running back, and you're not supposed to run high.
Yeah,
and
he stands straight
through
up.
people. I don't know how he does that, and that's just, I mean, obviously weight room. Cristobal told me, bro, after the games he's back squatting like crazy. After the games, yeah.
Oh, because he was at
He was
Bama.
at Alabama,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't know if that was like
God.
his message to me to start doing that. I was like, bro, I can't even walk after the game.
Do you guys
That's
usually
awesome.
lift on Sundays after the games?
Yeah, at Oregon we did heavy back squats. Yep,
Nice.
and Feld still tweets it, like, after every win and impressive win, heavy back squats tomorrow, blah blah, and I just get it, like, kind of like
That PTSD.
oh yeah, for sure. I'm like, oh damn,
Got to loosen up those hammies after a win.
what? Straight 4 or 5 plates after a game,
Jesus.
back
No thanks.
squat.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Okay, so I said it was Walter Payton.
yeah, that's a good.
I
one,
think he
too.
was the most complete back. He could run, catch, block. He threw 8 touchdowns as a running back.
Pretty good.
Second all time in rushing yards, 5th all time in touchdowns, 6th all time in yards per game. Started every single game from 76 to 87.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th all-time leading receiver in Bears history as a running back.
Still to this day?
To this day.
Wow.
Who do they have at receiver? I'm playing.
Allen Robinson.
It kind of tells you how bad the Bears have been since he left.
The dude carried the ball 321 times and finished with 1,700 all-purpose yards and 11 touchdowns in 1986 when he was 32 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty. I've never
insane.
Playing in the 80s when you could pretty much legally murder somebody in the league.
I think Walter Payton is another. You're almost kind of changing my mind in a way, but.
And if that wasn't enough, he didn't have a Pro Bowler on that offense until he was 31 years old. So every
Really?
defense was just like, stop 34.
And you couldn't.
Just try and stop 34. It's Walter Payton, and you're wrong. So that's good. I win that one.
I would say.
I mean, look, I picked AP because, like I said, he was my favorite running back growing up. I absolutely loved him. But yeah, I mean, Walter Payton, top 3 running back all time in the NFL.
It's
no
really
doubt.
It's really Emmett Smith,
Barry Sanders,
and Walter Payton,
Jim Brown.
Yeah. There's really not a wrong answer.
Le'Veon Bell. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Jump
dude,
cuts.
Hey, I liked him.
Yeah,
I've always liked him though. But
Dude, Le'Veon Bell in his prime. I mean, I would see him.
he's one cut.
Dude,
Dead leg.
Yeah, he would just like stop and then take a jump cut and then just be gone.
He's like, I
burn
feel like the
people.
first back that literally walks in the backfield. Like
Yeah.
like you had Barry Sanders like jump cut and like moving all crazy. This fool was literally like walking. He would stop.
Yeah.
Right. He would stop at the line, and then you'd be like, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep running.
And he would break. Like it'd be or like get like 4 to 10 yards. Like
You want to talk about patience in a running back? Stop running.
Seriously.
You want to introduce some hot takes?
Yeah, so hot take is where we say something that's kind of outrageous and probably not gonna happen.
You
but
know,
we
like
we
a
think
hot
it
take.
should. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So I think the Chiefs need to start a rebuild. I think this game against the Titans kind of proved it. Like, yeah, Patrick's great, but they don't have like a big body receiver outside of Kelsey that can really hurt people on offense. And that defense, good God, it needs work. Like that, I think they kind of need to blow up that defense and start from ground zero, because if you can't stop Derrick Henry, you're not going to be able to do anything. And I think part of the reason Patrick is kind of having a little bit of a down year is because he feels like he has to keep making these just incredible plays for them to be in games, because he knows he's got to put up 40 points a game or they're going to lose, because their defense can't stop anybody. I think the Chiefs need to. Who's their defensive coordinator?
Somebody who's not going to have a job soon.
Yeah, is it? It's not Eric Spoelstra. No.
I will look.
But I think their defensive coordinator needs to be gone.
Spagnuolo.
Yeah, Spagnuolo. Yeah. I think the Chiefs need to strongly reconsider going into a rebuild, because they're 3-4 and they were projected to be Super Bowl contenders this year, and in no way, shape, and form do they even look like a playoff team right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
The intern's hot take is Keaton Slovis, USC's quarterback, will enter the transfer portal at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart is kind of more Dante's guy.
Yeah,
you know Dante, right?
It's the homie. Yeah. We Snapchat all the time.
Yeah. I'm excited for him. I mean, he's got a big opportunity.
Oh, for sure. That's
You wore a really interesting tie on Saturday.
Yeah, dude.
that dude got swag, man. That dude.
Yeah.
True LA cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting for him.
Yeah.
You got a hot take for us?
We can come back to it if you
No,
can't
I think in 3 years Justin Herbert's not gonna be with the Chargers.
Really? Why?
What?
You got a little inside information?
Nah, I don't know about that. 3 to 4 years. I don't think he's gonna be there as long as people think. Not because he's performing bad, but I think something crazy is just gonna happen. I don't know.
Huh.
And Raiders are gonna win the Super Bowl or go to it.
Whoa. This year?
Yeah, I'm not a Raiders fan either.
You think the Raiders are going to the Super Bowl this year?
I feel like they're gonna go to the Super
I mean,
Bowl.
if there is,
or at least a high playoff game.
They're good.
That's
man.
not crazy, because if there's any year that the Raiders, Chargers, Bills, if they're any three of them are going to the Super Bowl, it's this year, because the Chiefs are a flaming bag of dog shit.
Yeah, but you still got the Ravens to think about.
Yeah,
Like,
the Ravens.
Dude, the AFC's kind of stacked right now.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I thought.
I mean, they are, dude. Even the Bengals. People are forgetting about the Bengals. 4-2. They're at the top of the AFC right now. Granted, it's only been 7 weeks, but
Yeah.
shit, Joey B's balling
out against the Ravens D. Quickly, my hot take is that Pete Carroll. I'm going to get really upset here for just a second. So we're Seahawks fans.
Yeah.
You know, they had a rough game last night.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll and John Schneider will be out next year as head coach and general manager.
Pete just signed that like 5-year extension.
This is so long overdue. This is so long overdue. And last night's game proved why that is going to happen.
Yeah, but Russ is hurt. It's Geno.
But it's the past 5 years has been the same problem. They have not been able to put together 4 consistent quarters of football. They've been apparently, you know, Pete Carroll's the DB whisperer, and this season they've gone through 8 different starting combinations in the secondary.
Yeah.
They're throwing Jamal Adams into too high coverage, which he's not doing, like he's not supposed to do.
He had that pick hit him in the fucking
That's
face.
a one-high team. That's a one-high team, and they're throwing Jamal Adams.
I mean,
back
that's
there.
He's filling runs and
That's what the Legion of Boom was built on.
It was built
3 high.
Yeah.
And then you had Cam Chancellor down in the box, just absolutely lighting people up.
The offensive inconsistencies that have happened for the past 4 or 5 years that they've been trying to fix it hasn't happened. Pete Carroll has aged out of this league. He does not know how to play football or coach football in the 21st century, in the 2020s, I should say.
I was going to say, he won a Super Bowl in the 21st century.
I love him because he brought us our first championship. He's done amazing things for the city. He's a fantastic leader. But with
Are you
X's and
serious?
No, I am serious. Thank you. I'm angry. We are wasting Russell Wilson's prime years.
oh man.
Wasting.
I agree with that.
I think burn it down.
But the other part of the problem is Russell's contract.
That's what I'm saying. Trade everybody, burn it down.
So
Start
you
over.
want your hot
I
take
want
is
everyone gone.
so you want the Hawks to start a rebuild,
I want the Hawks to start a rebuild.
but then you're wasting more of Russell's prime years.
Listen, I mean,
He has Sierra. He's good.
yeah, he's fine. He's gonna go to Green Bay or New York or.
Dude, I've been saying this for years though. Like, why does Tom Brady have 7 Super Bowls? Because he took pay cuts his whole career, right?
Yeah.
Russell signs a $200 million deal. Guess what?
Honestly,
you can't,
bro, yeah.
you can't pay the offensive line. You can't get, Pro Bowl DBs. You can't get a complete team when your quarterback's taking up 25% of your cap space every year.
Is such a smart thing. If you're really a franchise quarterback.
Yeah. You want to win or you want to
man.
make money? Like, you can make money off the field with endorsements, right?
Yeah.
It's not all about the contracts you sign. I mean, God, Russell Wilson's got a contract with
Bro,
Bose.
pay cuts is so. Justin Herbert, when you watch this, bro, think about it, my dog.
Yeah.
Just think about it, Herb.
Win some Super Bowls, Herbie.
He said that Herbie's going to be MVP
Yeah.
this year.
Oh yeah.
He's balling. Come on. He's balling, man. The Chargers
Yes.
are good.
Chris Peterson to UW. I mean USC.
Ooh.
I thought he wanted to take a break from coaching.
He thought it,
No?
I don't
he
know.
was
I
at
have a
UW for like
feeling.
3 years, and he was supposed to be there.
USC. Sorry,
You think he's going to go to USC?
I have a feeling.
I thought that Ed Orgeron's. He was going to
Yeah,
go
back to
Ed?
SC because LSU's kind of just like they can't do
what?
it. I don't think they can. I'm not gonna say a team can't, but like it's hard to. That team is crazy. No, I think that's one of the best teams. Like
Oh, no
Oh,
question.
no doubt.
They caught lightning in a bottle that year. There was
So
everything,
much
everything
swag.
was right.
Nobody
they
was
were
beating
so
them.
hard. It was
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
Randy Moss's son is tight end, like,
Yeah.
and he wasn't even like he was dope, but he wasn't even like their dude, like
they had like 18 guys drafted off that roster.
Jefferson, Chase,
Yeah, Jamon Chase.
Just front to back loaded.
and then you had right Burrow, was just
He's so nice.
smoking a cigar, chilling.
yeah.
He's a cold motherfucker.
Oh my
He
god!
is.
Like, did you ever see that video after he won the
Yeah.
Natty?
He's just
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there,
Just
just
playing
fucking
Get the
like,
Gat
you
in
know
the
what? Like,
background.
I'm the king of the world.
Yeah.
Just
like straight up, like they expect, like they just knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who they played what band?
Clemson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Clemson, they smoked him.
Well, they
Yeah.
smoked Oklahoma in the semifinal game too.
Oklahoma's, they're just perpetually over.
I, they always, I don't know how they.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, no, they're good
No,
team,
no, yeah.
great team.
But like,
Number 4 in the nation right now? I don't know about that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we got a friend who lives in Dallas, and he's a just diehard Texas fan. So obviously,
we make fun of him.
Yeah,
you know,
he hates Oklahoma's guts, and he thinks they're one of the most overrated teams in college football history right now because they haven't really beat anybody. They beat Texas, but
That's
they
kind of a not guaranteed, but you should, right? This
yeah.
year.
And they were down by 18 to Texas, and so
wow.
he's hot on Oklahoma right now. He is not loving what the AP poll's doing to them.
Yeah, bro. I will say this, bro. I'm not being biased, but a full, healthy Oregon team. And I've always noticed Oregon, I mean, I was there too, kind of sometimes played at people's level.
Yeah.
Right? Not sometimes, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go play Ohio State in the shoe. Freaking dominate, right?
Right.
And come, like, you know what I'm saying? Play. If they didn't have injuries and they stayed on edge, bro, they're pretty unbeatable, I'm not going to lie.
It was pretty great to see Kayvon back full strength.
Yeah.
Play a full game. He went off.
Unreal numbers. He's probably going to go number one.
Yeah.
Oh, no question.
So.
I mean, he's unanimously right now number one.
And I realize this draft class isn't like
yeah, because I was looking at a draft board actually today, and obviously like Kayvon was one, and then like Notre Dame's safety was at number 2, and I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah. It's nothing like
there hasn't been the you know.
And I would like, I heard too, I mean, coming out this year too, it's like you have a lot of the COVID guys, and it's like a lot more full this year. So I was thinking like there's a lot more candidates for the draft. Like it's gonna be a dope year, but there's no really like huge names like that I can really think of, right?
So do you have another year left of eligibility?
I do.
Because of the COVID year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not honestly, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Like if I keep balling, I've been talking, like I don't talk to scouts, but obviously my coaches and stuff do. And I had good film at Oregon, great special teams. Special teams is what's really, and I do not mind going to the league and being a special teams guy, like a Slater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whatever. Obviously I want to run the rock, but I don't know yet. I'm on this, like, it's kind of something I'm not focusing on. That makes sense. But and at first I was kind of like, I don't think like, I'm going to come back one more year, but I've been hearing things and we'll see. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not too many backs either, like coming out this year. So it's kind of like.
When do you have to make that decision by?
I think after the season.
So like sometime in like January, February kind of?
Something like that.
After the whole season's over.
And then even just there's not that many versatile running backs. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, one thing we were talking about when the NIL, stuff was happening is that now guys like you there's a little more incentive to stay because, why do people go to the league? Especially early because they want to make money. But now if you can stay, maybe get better, work on some stuff, but also, get some bread. Like
exactly. I mean, yeah, obviously it's not, what you're getting, but
right.
at the league,
Not
but it's still,
contracts.
it's dope, bro. Like to be able to say like I recorded a thank you video to my agency. I think Friday when I landed in the Bay, got off the phone call, super helpful phone call. And I was just like, yo, shout out to my agency. Love these guys, like on my story, showing love. And like, I'm like kind of typing, adding their username. And I like heard in the background, like heard myself say, yo, shout out to my agency. And I'm like, kind of dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can say that now. Like, and it kind of just hit me like, bro, like I can really like do a lot with this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making decent bread. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing with the NIL is like, it was kind of about the bread, but it was more just getting my foot into doors and being familiar with brands. So when I do get to the league, because like, I just don't want, as far as the money wise, like, what was it? Derek King signed for $20,000, right? Did you guys hear about that?
Who? No. The Miami quarterback?
Yeah. He signed an NIL deal when it first came out. I think it was some restaurant or I don't know what it was, $20,000. And my agency told me like, you don't want to have like a cap. You know what I'm saying? Like now everyone's like, well, they offered you $20,000. Well, that's kind of what your value is. Unless you're like Master P's son and he took a couple mil. He's still in high school, but
jeez,
he's Master P's son. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it is kind of dope, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think it does kind of suck with NIL because we're supposed to be amateurs, in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes that away. It sucks, but I'm just still happy we still get stipend. Like you said, that I was kind of scared. not for me, but like for other people, like that aren't getting deals and now they don't get stipend.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
But anyways, yeah.
Well, I think one more question. What's a team that stood out to you that talked the most shit during a game?
Is it any team?
Yeah,
any team.
Oh man, not BYU. That's for sure.
But they're like so dirty.
They're so dirty, but they don't really talk.
Are they like?
I think because it was because
kind?
I think it's because I was poly as well.
Oh, okay.
I am poly as well. I'm half Tongan, so we're just speaking Tongan during the game. But respectful to each other, we'll battle out. Man, the freaking
Any like UW game like that got heated or OSU?
I'm trying to think like when we played U of A with Khalil Tate.
Oh yeah.
It was like we were straight up playing the longest yard like team, like just straight like bro. They were so dirty, dog. Like, bro, and right like they had this D lineman. He kept like going like throwing up the O, and then he'd break it on his knee like every time he'd like make a play. It was kind of like getting tiring, but they were pretty dirty. I'm not gonna lie. Pac-12, definitely a lot more people talking mess, dirtier stuff than the Mountain West, 100%.
Dude, how do you not let that get to your head?
Bro, you know what I do, bro? And like, if you can watch the TV copies, I'm always smiling, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
And I know it gets to them, right? Whatever, you know, your mom's a hoe, or tell me something crazy, right? I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just smile, or like, bro, like when I make a play, like I laugh, and my laugh is like, I don't know if you hear it like on recording, but I have a super goofy, like high pitched laugh, so it pisses them off.
So you like truck somebody and then you just like laugh at
them, right?
That's
and
like
like
one
even
of the
when
most
I'm like,
disrespectful things.
like bro, when I'm smiling, I know it pisses them off. Like or people like get in my face, and I'm like, you know, I'll like say some out of pocket stuff, like, "Dang, you trying to give me a kiss? Like, chill out." Like, you feel me? Like, and they get like so like, "What, bro?" Like, I'm like, "Bro, watch out!" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and like they get so confused, like, bro, what is wrong with this fool? But like, it's just funny because like, bro, at the end of the day, they're still college kids, like,
right?
Yeah.
Like everyone's human. I'm like, well, bro, you trying to give me a kiss, bro? Like, watch out, because you know how they get in your face, like, oh, bro.
Right.
And like or I'll just like laugh, and anything they say to me, I'll just say yo mama, like, I bet yo mama, like, and laugh at them, and they're like, what?
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Let's quickly run through line of the week.
All right.
We have a competition going right now. We're picking against the spread and whatnot, and I'm the leader. Right
okay.
now.
You took that fat L this
weekend.
weekend.
I will say, I guaranteed that the Panthers wouldn't lose to the Giants.
And they got
got shit on. So I'm 6-2. My line this week, Tennessee -1 versus the Colts. That's a lock. That is a lock.
See.
Yeah.
King Henry.
Of course. I mean,
No question.
Yeah, I want to know something kind of wild. This is like betting, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, I have no idea what like -1 means and like +2, and like I have no idea about the terminology.
Well,
of betting.
you guys aren't allowed to like.
Right.
No, but I've never
involved
betted, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know. Like people are like, oh, like, you know, what do you think of this and that? Like -1. I'm like,
Yeah, totally.
I don't know what it means, bro.
Okay,
like,
so-
could you give me like I mean, I'm sure it's good for people listening too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
give me a quick rundown, bro. I don't know anything. Like, what is Tennessee -1? Like, why aren't they +1 or why aren't they?
So -1 is they're gonna like the line is set at 1. So if they beat Indianapolis by 1, then it's gonna be like a push. So if you put $20 on Tennessee -1, then you just get your $20 back. But if they beat them by more than 1, then you win. Just I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah.
But then like if you bet on Indy plus, it's just basically like how much you're gonna win by.
Yeah,
It's just the
That's
spread.
the spread.
Yeah.
okay.
Like the final spread of points. So like my line, Dallas -2.5 against the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. I think that's a lock. But like, so his line could push, right? Because it's a -1.
Yeah.
But mine, you can't score 2.5 points in a football game.
Yeah.
So it's basically either going to be over or under that line, and then based on that, I will win or lose that bet.
Okay. And when you say that's a lock, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it now. You feel me, bro? I don't like.
There you go.
I always I'm sure that's helpful for people, bro. Like
I needed that. I have zero idea what that fucking shit means until now. So.
Yeah, I just would go with it, but this is the best time to learn now.
Yeah, so you gave us knowledge, and we're giving you knowledge.
Yes, sir.
So I'm saying Dallas is going to win by at least 3 against Minnesota.
Dallas.
Because, dude, Dallas's offense is on fire
Is
right
Cook
now.
healthy?
Oh,
He's
I
never
don't
healthy.
know.
He's my fantasy running back. Can
He's
we do a
legit.
quick Are You Serious really quick?
Are you serious? 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 Are you
Jesus.
serious?
I
Are
lost
you
him.
serious?
That was aggressive.
I lost to Matthias in fantasy. Something that I
was tough.
never thought was possible. So we have a friend named Matthias. He's known for some really unorthodox fantasy
He's
football.
got to be from a foreign country.
He's from New Hampshire or from Rhode Island, so pretty much, yeah.
Might as well be.
And,
Oh my
and
God.
now he lives in Florida. And that's kind of
Oh,
like a
bro.
foreign country too.
So he, for example, he took Matt Stafford in the first round of our draft this year. But I know. You want to look at my team? Look at my team.
Yeah, but you also had 7 guys on bye week.
I did. I had Dak, Dalvin Cook, Dalton Schultz, Amari Cooper, all out this week, and I lost. I got my shit rocked. So my Are You Serious this week is me.
Are you serious?
I am serious. The interns line, she's 5-3. She's taking the Eagles -3.5 versus the Lions. And with that, Cyrus, dude, we want to thank you so much. This
course,
has
man.
been
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you want to be our new correspondent, our BSU correspondent?
Hey, I'm with whatever, bro. I'm down.
Oh yeah.
You can be our Aaron Rodgers, like on the Pat McAfee show. They have Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays.
Hey, bro, I'm with whatever. This is dope. This is fun. I love this setup.
Yeah, we had a good time, man.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you for taking the time, and you are one fun dude. So, with that, pal, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, I had to pull up another doc because I lost everything when I quit my job yesterday. So, because I lost my
Hell yeah.
email. Yeah. Okay, so let me just scroll
So you can't
down
even
here.
You got to preface that.
you haven't-
I lost everything when I lost my job.
Well, okay,
yesterday.
no, okay, I didn't lose my job. I quit.
Do you have a house? Do you have a place to live?
I do, yeah. Well, I'm saying I lost like all my Google Docs.
Oh,
So,
that's huge.
because I was just
That's
using my
arguably
employee
worse.
email and now it's just gone.
Wait, so you haven't memorized your outro?
No.
Do you have a personal email?
I do, but
Why didn't
I,
you use that?
because I didn't think to transfer show scripts to my personal email. I was like, I'm never going to use these again. Like, they're old show scripts. Like, who gives a shit?
Fair.
Anyways, that will conclude another spectacular episode of the Backburners. Shout out to the ugliest co-host of all time, Pinhead Larry, and our wonderful producer, Fabio, and also Cyrus Habibi-Likio, number 4 Boise State running back. Thank you
sir.
so much for being on.
Appreciate it.
This was awesome. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at the Backburners Pod and listen to us on your favorite streaming service. We're the Backburners, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.